Well, it is Friday. It is Friday. It is my favorite day of the week. We made it. 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 You know, I always feel like getting to Friday is an achievement on its own. So we've won the I've made it to Friday trophy by just waking up and being here by virtue of just doing that. So big yourself up if you want. I think for me, the most important thing about my favorite day of the week used to be Saturday, but I think now it's Friday because it's like Friday means the beginning of Saturday. I think that's what it is. So anyway, so shout out to you for being here. Obviously, Manchester United is playing this weekend, and Ruben Amorim gave a press conference about 2-3 hours ago. Yeah, haven't really like listened to all of it, but I saw the outstanding headlines that Dalot is injured, calf injury, if I'm correct, and also Amad Diallo is back in training. At least we can smile about that. So there's a couple of things that can put a smile on your face if you're a Manchester United fan. We're gonna talk about them, and by listening to Ruben Amorim's presser. Don't forget, today we have the happy hour, Friday happy hour number 111. Triple one, you know what I'm saying? Which is also deserves uh, a cup of its own. Um, Speaking of cups, Harry Kane, you know Harry Kane, right? Yeah, the guy who celebrates like this, the guy in Bayern Munich. Harry Kane, I read somewhere that Harry Kane is so allergic to cups that the first piece of silverware that he's going to win is actually a plate. Football Power Hour! First of all, I want to say big shout outs to everybody in the chat. I see you, Yale. I see Joe Blackman in the building, Doctor in the building as well. Man like Vegeta in the house. Shout out to you. Joe says, remember to like the stream as soon as you tune in, people. Kindly don't forget, it's important to do that to help the channel be shared to other people. Yale says, the chicken is not ready. Puppy always. Oh, no. I should have read that before reading it out loud. So I actually haven't had chicken yet. And this week has been, well, yesterday and the day before has been salmon. I'm eating fish. You know, it's that, I don't know, change of season or something. It's just making me feel like fish is the right protein of choice at this very moment. Of course, I think it's because I know I'm gonna eat a lot of red meat and like chicken and all that, like in the summer because of barbecuing or grilling or braaiing, whatever part of the world you are from. That's how braai is the same concept as a barbecue, and that's how we refer to it in Southern Africa, specifically South Africa and Botswana and Zambia too, Namibia. So I'm gonna be doing that. That's one of my favorite things to do in the summer. So I hope you are also getting ready for your summer activities. I also like camping, by the way. So when I'm camping, and then I bring the chicken, I bring the goat, I bring the lamb, I'm untouchable. I should do. You know what? We should do a stream camping. So I have to camp in a campsite that has good signal. Summer ideas. Anyway, big up to Lou, man. Happy Friday, saying according to Papi, Dalot's injury is a blessing in disguise.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations.
I never said that, but I see what you're trying to cook here, Lou, man. I think there could be a silver lining in this Dalot injury, because You remember the conversation we had 2 days ago? I don't know. You might have not been here, Lou, man, for that conversation, but we were prioritizing areas of investment that Manchester United needs to focus in, like in order of priority. And everybody had slightly different orders. And I think this Dalot injury is going to just bump up the wing back recruitment, a little bit more. So this is actually good. And I'm not mad at it. I see why your accusation is trying to do, Lou, man. So I'm like, of course I don't like Dalot getting injured, but this. Let's not act like it's a surprise. This was coming. Dalot has been played so much. Um, Probably I'd say he's in the top five most like. Let's. You know what? Let's find out. Dalot. Let's see how many minutes. Just because I remember looking at this last year, and Eric Ten Hag was abusing Dalot. Not like that, but like like overplaying Dalot. And I, I was like, okay, if if the car is running, you don't say I need to stop driving because like it's gonna stop at some point. But there's wear and tear, and especially we're talking about a human being now. This is not a car. This is a human being who's playing a position that taxes your hamstrings, that taxes your stamina every single time. And not only that, Dalot does not get a lot of rest in the national team as well. He just keeps on being played. So, so it's not a surprise. Just look at the season in the Premier League alone. Dalot has played 2,788 minutes, right? And in total, he's played 4,423 minutes. You hear that? Let's go to 23-24. Just looking at the number of minutes that this guy plays. So 23-24. He had played 4,364 minutes in all competitions for Manchester United. But this season, he's actually approaching that number, and we're not even done with the season yet. Right? 24, 25. Let me share the screen so I can show you what I'm looking at, because this is like, it's almost like, yeah, he's paid to play for Manchester United, but like at some point you gotta say, yo, bro, like are there no other people that are also employed to play my position? That is what I would ask if I was Dalot. I'd be like, why do I gotta keep playing so much? Yes, of course it's my dream to keep playing, but like, if you can be fresher, if you can keep me like manage my minutes, you can keep me fresher. Look at this fourth, guys. Let me share the screen so you see the craziness that I'm looking at. So this is Dalot's minutes in 22. What the hell? 2022-23. Dalot played 4,364 minutes. Right? 23-24. And if we go to, I just want to see just this season and show you. This is Diogo Dalot's minutes. This season, he's already played more minutes than last season. Jesus! This is not rocket science. Where are the people that are supposed to be monitoring this and saying, look, Ruben, I don't care if you like the guy. He's been overplayed by Eric Ten Hag. He's approaching the red zone. Where are the people that are hired to do that? When somebody that's just like regular football fan that don't know nothing about football like me can just go on transfer market, look at the minutes and say, why has Dalot played more minutes this season than last season? Look, this right here, this looks like a normal season right here. 2,300 minutes in all competitions. This is insane, Nah. Justice for Dalot. I don't like him. I don't want to build a future with him at Manchester United, but the guy is being he's been overused, Are we allowed to question Amorim? Hell yeah. We're allowed to question any Manchester United manager. Anybody that is on the dugout for Man United deserves to be questioned. It's one of the highest dugouts in terms of like dugout, like heritage. So if you are there, everything needs to be questioned. Doctor says Dalot played the entire last season, then went to the Euros and came back and has been playing like mad. You know what I mean? This needs to be addressed. Big up to Ja in the building. Shout out to Riley Taylor. Riley, have you like fully rebranded to Ryan Taylor, or should we still keep the Riley Taylor in the back? Clarify. We gotta ask you about this. No women's football updates today. Well, apart from the psych, says Riley. I'll share the link, Riley. So if you want to share your women's football updates, you can. But I just wanted to just go first through this Ruben Amorim presser in case you're somebody that is like me and likes to sort of hear what the manager is thinking, how he's preparing for the game, you know, and all that. This is precisely why we do this. So kindly don't forget to hit the like button, and we might as well just go ahead and dive straight into it. Let's hear what the Manchester United manager has to say in preparation for Bournemouth this weekend. So starting with the team news. Team news. Here we go. So, Ruben Amorim, Wagwan.
Team you start off with. Is there any positive updates?
Hold on. This guy's hair keeps on. Is that part getting white? Wait. Oh, it's always been like this. Well, ask Doctor, because I'm sure Doctor will be more observant than I.
Team you start off with.
He's gonna be the first 40-year-old with white sideburns.
Is there any positive updates on Ahmad? And
this is what the Man United dugout can do to you. Damn. Justice for Ruben's hair, man.
Okay, people noticed he wasn't in training the other day.
No, Diogo Dalot is out. We don't know how long he's going to be out, but he's out for these games. Next games, we'll see until the end. Ahmad is near, Mata is near, but the rest is at the same pace. Aiden is not ready, so I think that's it.
With Diogo, what's happening? Do you think that
Aiden is not ready?
So I think that's it.
With Diogo, what's happening? Do you think there's a chance he could miss the rest of the season?
There is that possibility, but I don't know. We'll check week by week because he works really hard. He can recover quite well. We'll see.
Nah, give the kid a break, man. Just send him home early, you know? Dalot, you fired Ten Hag. Well, not fired, but you know what I mean. But you fired Ten Hag by missing that open net. And fine, I let it go. I've moved on. But still, the guy is tired. I think I'm not one of those Man United fans that's just like bashing a player because like of everything that they're seeing and not trying to understand the circumstances of why they're seeing what they're seeing. So with Dalot, I liked the player when he was Man United player of the season. I think it must have been like 2 seasons ago. That for me, like that's like what Dalot, like that's the Dalot I know, you know, that's the Dalot I want to have at Man United. So I think a rejuvenated Dalot adds to the team. I don't think he's supposed to be the first choice right wing back, but he adds to this team. I actually like the combination of like when we sometimes can play Dalot, sometimes Mazraoui on the same position. I'd rather want those two guys to be fighting for the same position, you know. But of course, we've seen that Mazraoui is seems to be more effective at right center back than wing back. But that is sort of what my ideal vision of how, like, you know, Dalot and Mazraoui complement each other. You know, I remember feeling like this when we signed Mazraoui. But anyway, I didn't know that we were going to play a back three then, you know. and need to have wing backs as opposed to just a traditional right back type thing. But anyway, let's hear some more.
Are you able to say at all what he's actually done?
He has something in his muscle, in his calf. He had a sequence of games that he played all the time. We try to manage, but some of the players have to play a lot of minutes, and we have to protect that ones that we think that they are not so ready to cope with that. But Dalot felt something.
You said all along this, well, you've been here, you've been learning.
Hold on. Big up Kush in the building. We have some 007 agents in the house, huh? 13 people currently watching. And how many likes? Let me see. We're going to pause this. We're going to pause this and kindly ask, please like the thing. Okay, 10 likes. All right. Yeah, let it slide. Okay, I thought it was like 3 likes. Big up Kush in the building, by the way. Please. You're one of those. If you're one of those 3 people, don't be a 007 agent. Hit the like button. If you don't know what a 007 agent is, it's something that you don't want to be playing for the opposition, watching streams and not liking them, liking free things and not really paying, for them. And paying here is free. So please pay with a like. Otherwise, we'll play you this. 007.
We all know that the most important games now are the 2 games against Bilbao. So what will you learn from Bournemouth away?
So the focus is that we have to face it, and that we need to have that feeling that every game here is important, and we have to win every game, because that is a feeling that is really important not to lose. But of course, you can see the context. But I think we are going to face this game with the best team, because we had a full week to prepare.
Also subscribe to Beanie Man Sports, by the way. Shout out to Beanie Man for, providing this presser.
Some of the players didn't play against Wolverhampton, so sometimes if you recover so much the players, is a bad thing. So we'll try to manage everything to win this game and to prepare the next one.
The window's nearly here. Do you know now the players that you want or would like to keep and the players that you would like to leave?
Yeah, you can say, I could say that, of course, this is a conversation for the end of the week, but I have an idea that is clear, because we have to do things early, but things can change until the end of the season.
All right. That smile right there told me the conversation has been had already. But yeah. Ruben, look at the eyebrow. What in the Carlo Ancelotti is going on? You see this? You guys see? Let me take a screenshot. Look at this guy. Yeah. That's a man who knows who he's keeping and not keeping.
Matheus Cunha's name is repeatedly mentioned. Is this
the first time Ruben raises an eyebrow? Because this is like, it's rests. You know what I'm saying? Left eyebrow above right eyebrow.
So the player that you're looking to attract?
I will not say nothing about Matheus, because
maybe he needs to unlock the eyebrow.
If I say one time, I will have to say for any situation that is yes or no. So I will not comment about that. We are focused on this season. We have even the way we are going to prepare the next season could change in these games. So it's hard to predict what is going to happen in the future.
Are you finding it as easy to attract players as you thought you would? Because you may not have Champions League football, league position doesn't look good. So how big an attraction are you?
It's Manchester United. What I feel is that there's a lot of players that want to play for our club, and I know that if you look at our club in the moment, it looks like sometimes with all the problems with the staff or people going, changing coach, the results looks like a little bit a problem in the moment, but we have a clear idea. And that is the easiest part to explain to a player. And then is Manchester United. Everybody wants to play for Manchester United.
Hey, let's go. I like that. That was really, what's the word? Encouraging, because he's like, we are Manchester United still works. It's Manchester United. That's fantastic. By the way, I just had to skip through this Verizon ad. I don't know why Verizon is advertising to me when I don't use Verizon. So, well, I guess that's why they're advertising. But yeah, please give me a super chat so I can pay for YouTube Premium, and we don't have to do this, going through super chat, going through ads and stuff. But Matata United says, I want super chat. It's Friday, guys. Come on. Super chats on 3. Super chats. All right. Let's finish up with this presser real quick. Here we go.
On certain people with regards to what happens next in the future. Have they still got time in these remaining games to change your mind?
Everything can happen. I think Casemiro is the best example. He was a player that he wasn't playing. And then you see the last games is...
Whoa. Who?
On certain people with regards to what happens next in the future. Have they still got time in these remaining games to change your mind?
Everything can happen. I think Casemiro is the
Casemiro. He said Casemiro.
best example. He was a player that he wasn't playing, and then you see the last games is having a part and is performing quite well.
Say it.
And he's playing all the time. So
of our midfield right now. Well, Bruno is the engine. Casemiro is the transmission. Is the gearbox.
I'm not that kind of coach that don't change. I like to change my mind. If they change my mind, I'm really happy with that. I just want to win and to put the best players in our team.
Obviously, you faced Bournemouth already.
Jadon Sancho doesn't hear you say that. Casemiro. The way he pronounces it is funny. Big up, Doctor, by the way.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, it's Friday.
It's Friday night.
Friday night. Go. Why did you stop?
Because I don't want the video to get demonetized or anything like that.
Nah. No,
I don't want any penalties.
No.
So I just no. You don't realize I've been doing that. Like I sing the first couple of words and that's it. I stop because I'm like, yeah. If not, I'll continue and yeah.
Word. Dr. Dre, NHS. Oh, Chris, let's not dwell on that one. LB says this is how Casemiro's name is pronounced. It's Casemiro. All right. LB, I'm not going to question that because I'm not from Brazil. From Brazil.
You look at
tudo bem.
the challenge this weekend, considering the matches you've got coming against Athletic Club as well. How big a challenge is this for the team to get through on Sunday?
It's massive because it's one team that presses a lot. He has something to fight for in this moment with the European nights, and we know the quality of the squad, the quality of the manager, the way they play, the way they press, the one against one that they have, the mobility of Evan Nielsen, Kluivert, Semenyo. So it's going to be a really tough match, and we have to be really focused on this game because here. Every game is really important and we need to win games in Premier League. But of course, in certain details, we have to focus not just in this game, but also in the next one.
Ruben. Yeah, I was just going to ask you about the focus of the players in the...
We'll talk more about Bournemouth later after the quiz when we're doing the actual preview. But, this one, I don't want to dwell on that one because let's go.
Premier League, because where the position you find yourself, you still have a chance to finish in the top half of the table. But how do you keep players distracted away from the two big games in Europe?
I think it's just I don't talk about Bilbao during the week. I just focus on Bournemouth, and then like I said, the way they perform against Bournemouth can change my mind for the next game. So they are fighting for a place in the next match. And if you look our table in the last game, I think we were a better team. We had some create some situation to score a goal. Was tough to deal with that loss. So we need to win. That's all.
Ready to lose the hat.
Well, what do you think about what he just said? Are we like because it's like they're asking him, how do you keep the teams distracted? I think he already knows who he wants for the Bilbao game. It's not like he's gonna make his decision based on a game versus Bournemouth. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, I agree. Like, you see, who played? The question is, who played for the Lyon game, the second leg? Because I feel like whoever started that game is gonna start the Bilbao game.
That
He's
is
not gonna really change it up a lot. Maybe
Yes.
since Dalot is injured, maybe take Dalot off, put Mazraoui there,
yeah.
and then
And then
You
who do
know
you
what
put
I
at
mean.
right center back? Because for the Lyon game, this was the
oh yeah, because Mazraoui came off at halftime because he had
yeah.
yeah.
This was the lineup for
So
the Lyon game.
unfortunately,
So
Luke Shaw,
Dalot is out.
maybe. I don't know.
No! It's-
I mean, because either that or he plays Kukonki or someone, one of the academy boys that have been like
yeah.
Luke Shaw will probably play 45 minutes, or one of the academy boys will play 45 minutes. I mean, the academy boys that have been registered. So Harry Amas, maybe. Harry Amas is a wing
I
back,
just
right?
think Harry Amas has to. Yeah. So you move Euro to the right center back.
Yeah, put Euro right. Say no. Wait, yeah, no.
Mazraoui right wing back.
Keep my no. Dogu, can Dogu play right?
Yeah, Dogu can play right.
So
Right wing back.
Dogu
His
to the
first game for United, he
right
played.
wing back.
Okay.
Move Dogu to right wing back. Put Harry on the left wing back.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That is actually way much more sense.
And then
than
keep Mazraoui, keep the same maybe
same back three.
same back three. Hoyland is a question mark.
Hoyland is more than a question mark. He's a dumpster. Anyway, sorry.
And then keep Luke Shaw on the bench because at this point he's just biding himself. I know Amorim is like, I don't want this guy. Probably like, I don't want this guy to stay because I definitely know he knows who he wants to stay and who he wants to go.
That eyebrow.
Who has this? Oh,
Yes.
he knows, and
Yes.
he's just not gonna say it.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
Sancho is definitely not coming back because I feel like, yeah, he can change his mind, but he's not gonna want anyone in the team that doesn't want to stay or doesn't want to stay and put the work in.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the reason why Dalot is even playing that much is because probably in training he puts the work in. He on the field he does what he has to do. Bruno plays so much because he not only is he the captain, but he gives his all. You can see he gives his all to the pitch. Ugarte, Casemiro, they're working hard. He doesn't want somebody to come to training and just be a Debbie Downer, you know.
I totally hear you and agree with you. So yeah. By the way, big up to Cody in the building. Yes, Dalot is injured. But Ahmad, don't sweat. Ahmad is getting closer.
Yeah, I feel like if anything, he'll play like 10 minutes in the first leg, or he'll play the Brentford game. If he doesn't play the first leg, he'll play the Brentford game, then come back in the second leg for the home because we have we're playing home in the second leg.
Yes, that is true.
Oh my god! When I read that, I was like, so I saw the Ahmad information first, then an hour later, I see the Diogo Dalot information. I was like, can't we get a rest? Like,
I know.
I'm like, I'm tired.
Tell me about it. Shout out to Vegeta, by the way. Vegeta's not feeling well. He's got a flu. Feel better, bro.
Oh, feel better. Lots of fluids. Rest.
What kind of fluid?
vitamins.
Just
I
what do
mean,
you recommend for it?
water, hot tea,
Okay. Yeah, because with
lemon and
Vegeta, you gotta
ginger.
clarify because he's be like, oh, I heard whiskey's a fluid, like
Eh,
with Vegeta, you gotta like
I
make
mean,
sure you give the right advice.
also, I was gonna make a joke, but have you watched Sinners yet?
No, I haven't
No,
watched it yet.
watch it, and you'll see when you ask what fluids, you'll get
Uh-oh.
what I wanted to say.
Get your mind out. I haven't watched Sinners, but I can tell from the title, and I can put two and two together. What doctor is this? This good. Right? This is Dr. Dre. Okay. Let's keep the show. Oh my god, I was trying to do half hour. We're already at a half hour. All right, doctor, let's stay focused on the show.
You're never gonna do half an hour. Yesterday,
No,
you
please
half
don't ever
an
say
hour.
that.
You ended up doing 2 hours.
Dude, no, I gotta
And push.
I gotta manage the time better. I gotta, no, because today we have happy hour, and I wanted,
Yeah.
no. Okay, all right. Let's at least try. Here we go. Let's hear the last part of this part.
How's Rasmus Højlund's confidence?
Oh Lord. Rasmus Højlund.
Last week, and is that a challenge in itself, trying to manage a player's confidence when he's going to expect to be starting games, but he's obviously not had the goals recently?
Yeah, a striker, we will talk about this one a lot of times. A striker needs to score goals. We try to help him. He's trying really hard. And sometimes you want some things really bad, and this is worst. But I show him in all the team. He's so much better in connection. In 1-against-1, he create one situations against Wolverhampton that he is improving in the small things, and he needs to focus on that. The goal will appear. So we try to explain how to improve.
The goal will appear. Damn. I don't think the goal will appear, but hey man, keep believing.
Mike, with Marcus Rashford and the way he's playing, but when his loan runs out, do you expect him back here for pre-season?
All the players that are on loan, they will return, and then the club will decide what to do in the end of the season.
Are you pleased with what
Does that include Sancho?
That includes Sancho, Anthony, Rashford.
No, Sancho is the one I'm worried about. Sancho is the one I'm worried about. I'm like, please tell me he's not coming back.
Can we move? Can we move to a different city so when they return they just find like change the locks? No, I don't want to see Malacia back. Well, Malacia not.
No, Malacia is the least of my issues.
Yeah.
It's Sancho. I don't care about the other ones. It's Sancho. I don't know what. We do not want you back. Guys, I will take anybody else. Hell, I'll take Weghorst back. I'll take Sabitzer back if it means Sancho can stay over there. I would take a lot of our loans back.
But Sabitzer is a great player, but Weghorst is like we're struggling with goals. But like, how are you gonna take Weghorst back?
That tells you how much I do not want this man back in our club.
Damn, that's peak. All right. Let's hear what he says more about Rashi.
Yeah, of course. The talent of Rashford, the talent, even the Anthony, all these players, they have talent, and they have to put that on the team. So we are really happy, because if you put one player on loan, the best thing for us is for them to perform, and they are performing.
David.
Hi, Ruben. The Europa League obviously is your priority now. You've said that publicly, and you've said that you play the kids the weekend, the young players the weekend. That suggests that it doesn't matter to you where you finish in the league. Is that the case? Because you're obviously safe from relegation. You can't get into Europe in the league. Does it matter where you finish?
No, it matters a lot. What I'm saying is that with our current squad, you have to take a risk and to choose a priority. It's impossible. I want to put the best players, not the best players, the best starting 11 in every game. And sometimes it's so hard for me to take a risk in the Premier League, because sometimes the games in Premier League are tougher than Europa League. But in this moment, we have to make choices. And I also want to protect the young players. I don't want to put like everybody together in the same game that in a way that they cannot perform. I just trying to choose the best thing to help the club. The most important thing is the club in this moment, and I'm trying to cope with everything.
Last question in this section.
Last question.
You've probably been more critical of your own performance than anyone else, probably anyone else in this room. But do you think that when the owners come to sort of evaluate the next season and what they want to do over the summer, that they'll be sympathetic to the issues that you've had to face? I think everyone can see those, but you've not really wanted to kind of make them excuses.
I think is the best is that conversation, connecting with that feeling of we have to win every game, and every game is important. So we have to put our standards, even without winning, we have to put them really, really, really high. And I feel every day that the board understand the context, and especially understand what we want to do, and that our idea is really clear. I'm critical because we are not winning games. Like everybody can understand that we are Manchester United and we are near the bottom of the table. So we need to be critical, no matter what happened. No matter if we lost one game in one free kick and we missed some goals that inside of the small box. That doesn't matter in the end. And that is the feeling that I want, that feeling inside Carrington.
Wow. What do you think about what he just said? Like, he's like we're Manchester United, we're at the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
And
it's like he's trying to say we should be ashamed of ourselves. And he's
right.
true. It's right. He's not wrong, because on the overlap this week, Gary, they were all talking about it. So Gary asked everybody, what was the lowest on the table you've ever been? And I think the lower, Ian Wright said 8 or 10, something like that.
Yeah.
And then Jamie said 6 or something like that. That was the lowest Liverpool, when he was playing for Liverpool. I think that was the lowest he had ever been. And then, of course, Gary was like, 5th. Then he said, no, I'm lying. 3rd.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, and then he asked, Roy of course didn't say anything because he was like quiet, but he said, you were 5th. No, I'm lying. You're 4th or something like that. Clock it. If you clock, he doesn't even know what a Europa League is. They were never not fighting for champions. Every season they played Champions League, and he was there for what, 15 years? 20 almost, I think.
This is Gary Neville you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even Roy Keane.
Yeah.
He came from a relegated Nottingham Forest or something like that, or almost going down to the championship with Nottingham Forest, to come and be consistently in the top 3, top 4. So, and see, Gary left 2011 or something like that. He left like 2011.
Right. Yeah, that's not 2011.
10 years, less than 10 years later, the team is fighting relegation. Are you mad? How the mighty have fallen? Are you mad?
We have fallen, but guess what? We are Manchester United. That is
So
what.
my thing is, he's trying to tell. I hope the players are watching, and they have to know. And
Yeah.
they have to know because they're playing with Johnny Evans. Do you know Johnny? The only trophy Johnny Evans doesn't have in his cabinet is the Europa League. He has won everything, and ironically, always United. I feel
United.
like he was in Leicester City, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
He won with Leicester City. He won the Premier with Leicester City, right? Or am I wrong? I feel like he did, or he didn't.
No, that was the partnership for Leicester City was Wes Morgan and who was his Wes Morgan's partner?
I don't remember. That's the thing.
Was Wes Morgan and somebody? Wait, was it Johnny Evans? Wait,
I feel like it was Johnny Evans.
who? Anybody in the chat know who was? Or rather, the question is: was Johnny Evans at Leicester when they won?
I feel like it because he left Leicester City 20. No, he wasn't. He joined Leicester City 2018.
Yeah.
That was after the championship. But what I'm trying to say is, the players have Johnny Evans and to some extent Tom Heaton.
Yeah.
Take the advice. Ask them questions. Hell, Darren Fletcher is. You have a whole Darren Fletcher.
Yeah.
Who works for you, and you are.
Thank you, great one.
Questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Robert
if
Hughes.
you wanted, like, there's a lot of these players are not doing what they're supposed to do, and I'm mad because it's like I know we're not supposed to. We have to remember, this is 2025. It's we're never gonna be the great United of old, but we're never gonna do that. I know.
You might have been confused by the FA Cup, by the way.
FA Cup.
Thanks, great one for mentioning this.
Correcting. Yeah, because I was like, he's won something with them. I just couldn't remember what. But
it's a little bit in the
Yeah, but like what I'm trying to say is, yes, we have to change with the times and everything, but not stray too far. Like you have to remember, this club has some history. You have to do what you do. Like you have to work hard.
Yeah.
And not fall so far from glory like that.
Facts.
They are breaking records. They are breaking all the wrong records.
Yeah.
All the wrong. You have to break the right ones. Most goals in the season, most assists in the season. You know, Bruno has a few in Europe, which is great. But the bad look is overshadowing.
Yeah.
No.
He's
not wrong, and I know that I feel like he knows he'll be under a lot of pressure next season, so he's trying to get it right. You can see that it's clicked. He wants to get this thing right.
Facts. Doctor, as we close up the show, last question. Gun to your head. Rashford and Anthony, one of them has to stay at Man United. Which one is stay?
Man, what kind of question is this? What?
I just want to know where you because you already. I guess we said Rashford and Anthony. Pick one.
I don't. Do you know what? I'm gonna pick Anthony. Do you know why? Because Rashford. I feel like Rashford. You know how sometimes they have to go and wander around, then see the world. He has to see the world. You know. And it hurts me, but he has to see the world. I know it's not. Go see just fly.
So you're telling Rashford go fly, go see the world, right? He's like, he reminds me of that scene in is it Lion King where it's like, you gotta get out into the, you know, and go build your own. Now start establishing your own empire, you know. Simba,
exactly.
like it feels like Rashford. He's that guy who's living with his parents. Like I know it's not like that's not the situation.
Yeah,
but
there's
like,
nothing wrong with it. With staying.
No. Like there's nothing wrong with living with your parents, but like there's something.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Leave.
Big up, by the way, to men like Connie in the building. Happy Friday,
What
sir.
what are you two talking about? Happy Friday. Are you guys, there's everything wrong with living with your parents and you're trying to buy the baggy. How are you going to maintain that? Like,
Then
forget
again,
it.
I'm a woman, okay? So
No,
I'm
exactly.
different.
No,
I'm
but
different.
still, no woman, especially a woman. If it's a girl, yes, especially a woman. Like, where's the stability? She don't want to mess with you. You're at your mom's house. Come on. What kind of woman are we talking about? Dog.
What I'm trying to say is, if I stay with my parents, there's nothing wrong. But if you guys stay with your parents, I will see.
No, but for a guy, there's everything wrong staying with your parents and trying to be there. There's everything wrong. You're not ready for a relationship, my guy. Sort out your life first.
I left and I came back to this. What's going on?
I found it, bro.
Wow.
I found it, bro.
There's nothing.
These two got demon time. Just the two of them, bro. Like nobody.
You know, like you two can you know you can just talk off stream. You don't need to go live to be able to talk to a boss. You know that. Bro, you don't have to go live to talk to the doctor boss.
The two of them just decided to go. You know.
Boss, you can just talk. You can just exchange contact details and talk off stream.
Man. You know what, Courts? When I